East Africa is facing a catastrophe. Prolonged drought in Somalia, South Sudan, Ethiopia and Kenya has left more than 20 million people facing starvation. This has been described by the UN as the biggest humanitarian disaster since the Second World War. Turkana in northern Kenya is one of the worst affected regions. This is an arid, barren land, and it's hard to survive here in the best of times. But the drought has left the people here fighting for survival. Their crops have failed, and their animals are dying because they have no water or grazing. The people in Turkana are having to rely on emergency food aid to stay alive, but help from the international community has been slow in coming. Trócaire has been working on the ground in Turkana in an effort to save lives. We are delivering emergency food supplies in locations across the region. People walk for miles in the burning sun to get a ration of beans and maize, which they will have to eke out for 2 weeks until the next distribution. Trócaire is making sure the most vulnerable get support. These include the elderly, people with disabilities and those living with HIV. We are also supporting emergency health clinics for children. At one clinic, St Mary's, mothers arrive with their little children under 5 years old to have them weighed. We are seeing extreme levels of malnutrition in these children. One little boy I saw weighed just over 7 pounds, the weight of a newborn here at home. He was 8 months old. Trócaire is providing a high-protein, high-vitamin supplement to these children so they have a chance of survival. An estimated 500,000 babies and toddlers in Kenya alone will die in the coming months if they don't get help. There are other less obvious consequences of this drought. Schools in northern Kenya have seen a drastic reduction in the number of children coming to school. They are being kept at home to look after whatever animals are left while their parents look for food or try to earn some money to feed their families. The kids that do arrive at school can't concentrate, they are so hungry. There's also been a massive upsurge in the number of children living on the street in the region's towns. Their parents have sent them there as a last resort as they've no food for them at home. They hope they can beg for food, but the dangers the children are exposed to sleeping rough don't bear thinking about. Some families have even moved to the capital Nairobi in the hope of some improvement in their situation. They end up in the city's slums where there's no sanitation, very rudimentary shelter, and violence is rife. With things set to get worse in the coming months, we could see death on an unprecedented scale in East Africa unless we get aid to these people now. Trócaire is only able to help because of the generosity of people in Ireland. We need urgent donations to ramp up our response. Please support our appeal. Time is running out.